Yep. Okay, just check. Is everyone hear me?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Hi, everyone. So Xiaoqing here. So great to share with yours the testing in the futures. Yeah. So I have 10 plus year experience on software testing. So I start the software testing career after I graduate. So yeah, all the while I'm a software tester. Right. All right. Okay. So all right, today I will share with you the current trend of software testing, and those are going, I foresee, continue to evolve in the coming 10 years. So first of all, I will talk about the test automations with artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. Then next, I will talk about the IoT and smart device testing. Then next will be the VR, AR, XR testing. The fourth one, I will be talking about the intelligent test data generations, blockchain testing, and the quantum computing testing, right? So the first one, for the test automations, it has been progressively improved with AI, ML, and DL technologies. I guess from 1980s, AI have been introduced and have been showing the ability of the machine to imitate intelligence human behavior. So for the AI, for the test automations, why actually we have that's the object recognitions, which allow we do some recording and playback features. Yeah. Then later on in year 2000s, machine learning has been widely used, and the application of AI have allowed the system to automatically learn and improve from experience. So there's some of the features or mechanisms introduced, like the auto healings mechanisms, is actually helps in auto-correct some of the UI objects after several test runs, that it make the maintenance and test case is much more easier. Then I think recently there are more and more deep learning tools have been presented in the markets. Yeah, so this deep learning tool, like the applications, use a complex algorithms and deep neural networks to train the models. For example, the recent very popular ChatGPT, the Google Bard AI are some of the examples for the deep learning tools. So with these tools, it makes the testing even more easier. Auto code generations for the unit tests have been out to the market, so we can easily generate codes for testing. So the next comings, I think it will be data science. So data science will more towards collecting, analyze, and define big data for computations, science, and statistics. So it helps the tester on how easily visualize and find if there's any errors, and we can do for the analysis for the data. Yeah. All right. So with the AI power, so the test automation has become very easier, as it is able to identify potential defect and generates autonomous test case without human interventions. It transfers software testing by enhancing automations, enable intelligent decision makings, and also improve the effectiveness and efficiency of the test process. So with this, it speed up the testing process, reduce the cost, yet increase the accuracy and quality of the testing. However, how do we verify all the generic code correctness and validity? So the humans, the software testers, are still playing a very important role for all those verifications. Yeah. Okay. Next, we'll be talking about the Internet of Things and smart device testing. So we are in this smart era, right? Internet of Things are already becoming very common and essentials in our daily life. So we are talking about smart city, the automobiles, the smart home appliance, your smartphone, your smart watch have been occupying in our daily life. So nowadays, we can manage the hardware without physical interactions. Yeah, we can send a command from the mobile, we can send a command from the watch, or even with your voice message. Yeah. With these products communicates and transfer a large amount of data, and it will upload to the clouds. So, however, the IoT and the smart device testing, there's some challenge. Yeah. The scope of testing have been expanded compared to before. We need to integrate with the hardware. So the hardware software mess is one of challenge of that for the IoT testing. While device interactions with real-time data, the network ability is important, and we also need to check the UI friendliness of the software. Yeah. So next, we'll be talking about the VR, AR, XR testings. So currently, VR, AR technology has become sophisticated and is seen to be continue involved in coming 10 years. Yeah, I think it will definitely grow further in video games, e-commerce platform, and especially in the healthcare. Yeah, so I think like in futures, we don't need to go to the boutiques to choose your clothes. You can use a VR to try out your clothes exactly. Yeah, for the healthcare, like we have the COVID-19 pandemic, right? They actually have a lot of healthcare frontline workers have been sacrificed because they are exposed to the virus. So VR, AR will be playing a very key role in making life better for all the healthcare workers. Yeah, the technologies create smart hospitals with real-time capability by remote monitoring, and is also reduce the risk for the healthcare worker to expose the virus, and while they can still giving treatment to the patients. Yeah. So however, actually there's no traditional, it's unlike the traditional QA that rely on the script and various test data for testing. VR, AR is very new. They are more rely on the feelings and sensations. Yeah, I think right now there is no standard tools in the markets. We can automate VR, AR applications at the moment. So there's still pretty much of manual step testing for the AR, VR. Yeah. Right. So the next one, we'll be talking about the intelligent test data generations. So intelligent test data generation tools have been able help us to create large amount of realistic test data and scenario that reflects the complexity and variability of the real world usage. Like just for one of my example for my recent experience, I'm actually doing a lot test for my projects. So I need to generate a large amount of valid test user with valid tokens and cookies to simulate some high loads for the insertion of my test. Yeah. So internally in TikTok, we do have tools that's able to generate 500,000 of valid test data just in the second times. So it helped a lot for my load test earlier. So other than that, intelligent test data generation, it able help us other than the loads. So it able to help us to identify the each case and uncover hidden defects that might otherwise we miss. Yeah. So I think in coming future, it will getting more complex and higher number of intelligent test data we needed for the big data analytics exactly. Yeah. So next, I think blockchain technology is a hot topic right now. Yeah. So blockchain technology is distributed, decentralized, and immutable digital legends that secures records transaction across network of computers and nodes. So in coming future, I think the payment method would not be only limited to your credit cards, your PayPals, but I think you will be able to pair with your crypto wallets very commonly. Yeah. In fact, actually, Singapore is one of the countries that's allowed legally allowed the on and track for the cryptocurrency. Yeah. So blockchain testing is very crucial to identify and address potential issue, vulnerability, and weakness in blockchain network, smart contracts, consensus mechanism, and other components. Yeah. So those are the things that the testing need to take care to. So some things to add on about the blockchain. If the blockchain and AI continue evolve, I think they will be open up more and more new opportunities. Yeah. Okay, next, we'll be sharing about the quantum computing testing. So this is a new computing testing that is coming very soon. Yeah. So quantum computing had the potential to significantly impact development and deployments for both software and hardware section. So for quantum computing testing, is unlike the typical traditional testing. The tester need to apply and verify the new qubits, associate control and measurement mechanisms. While the software testing, the tester actually need to learn and verify the quantum algorithms and applications. Yeah, the testing could be very different compared to our classic computings. So, however, with these quantum computings, there's potential risks. There's potential security risks. Like for example, the current cryptographic system that actually rely on the classical computations. With quantum computers, there's potential to easily break many of the widely used cryptographic algorithms. And they also have ethical and regulatory challenges that potential misuse the quantum computing for malicious purpose. So how the development and testing improve further to ensure the application security to ensure the secure communications, transaction, and confidential of sensitive data. I think it's something that we need to think about, and it will be coming very soon that we need to solve this issue. All right. Okay, next, I would like to share about the industrial revolutions. So from here, you can see that there's industrial 1.0, and now actually we are towards industry 5.0. So for the first industrial revolutions, actually they introduced the mechanizations, water and steam power, where from the industry 1.0, it had been transforming the agriculture to early form to mass productions. Then industrial 2, there's a lot of mass productions, electric power assembly line coming in. The manufacturing and automobiles industry actually have a very speedy growth in years 1900s. For the industrial 3.0, computer automated productions, electronic have been introduced. So it's also known as a digital revolutions. It's also known as a digital industrial revolution. So like internet, telecommunications, and advance in electronics actually introduced in industrial 3.0. So the 4.0 actually is like very close to us. It's focused on the cyber physical system, the IoT networkings, machine learning come in. So there are a lot of integration of digital technology and physical world, like the smart concept are actually coming in, smart factories, smart homes are actually introduced in industry 4.0. So Internet of Things have become very common in our daily life. Yeah, now actually we are moving forwards to industrial 5.0. Yeah, there will be more focus on the human robots collaborations, cognitive system customizations. Yeah, so there will be more human-centric approach coming. The smart manufacturing and intelligence with like efficient customization of products, it will be introduced more and more. The blockchain technology, then we also need a stable connectivity. 6G network is actually coming very soon. The AR, VR for the worker training, simulations, and remote collaborations is also one of the industrial 5.0's the key to be coming as well. And the last, I think the big data analytics is also something that we need to take care. Right. So I think after all, we have talked about a lot of things, and there's a lot of AI tools are coming. So I think everyone have the questions, what the AI as a full-time human replacements. So my answer actually is no. So so I understand you guys are maybe worried about that you are comparing with the robots, the AI right now. Yeah. However, I would like to say that although the AI have helped improve the effectiveness and performance, however, they could only execute suggestion but not the further tasks. Yeah, the human interaction are still the importance and crucial to guarantee that their work as designed. The AI cannot react the same way as the human being. So based on my past experience, I don't think instead of replaced by the technologies, I think we need to upskill ourselves and work together effectively with technology. Yeah, so we are still the mastermind behind for all the AI products. Yeah. All right. So very quickly, I go to the summary. So I just want to suggest that in the coming futures, I think software engineering leaders must expand beyond to build a technology portfolio that deliver hyper automations. Yeah. While for us, software tester need to work towards AI driven and always upgrade our skills to tame with the AI tools. Yeah. So last and not least, I don't think AI will be completely replace manual or automation tester, but it will surely change the way the testing is performed. Yeah. All right. Yep. A very quick sharing.
Okay, thank you, Xiaoqing.